And so on the back of your notes, continuing, guys. So steps to solving exponential equations go like this. 1, you're going to isolate the exponential by subtracting or adding. You're going to continue by dividing or multiplying to isolate the exponential. Once the exponential is completely by itself, you're going to rewrite in log form and use the power property to simplify. So we're going to use property number 2 and property number 5. And then we're going to solve for the variable using inverse operations. So we're like, what is x? And then we're going to simplify and then check our answers. Okay. Remember, when you're checking your answers, it's best to use the exact value. All right. Ready, set, and go. So we have e to the x equals 3, 4. So step 1 is to make sure that there's nothing you need to add or subtract away. Is there anything I need to add or subtract away? No. Step 2 is to make sure there's nothing you need to divide or multiply away. Is there anything I need to divide or multiply away? No. Good. Step 3, now I'm going to apply property number 2 and 5. So property number 2 says that the inverse of e is natural log. So we have the natural log of e to the x equals the natural log of 3/4. Because what I do to one side, I have to do to the other. What happens to natural log and e? They cancel. So we're left with x equals the natural log of 3/4. Okay, so we've isolated the variable, got it by itself. Here's step 4. Do we need to do anything else to get x by itself? Does it look like it? No, sorry, Bob, we don't. So that's our exact. And then we're going to use the calculator to find our approximate. So we're going to look up the approximate value of natural log of 3/4. So I'm going to go to handy dandy calculator. It doesn't really matter which one. I'm just going to choose this one because it's right here. And I'm going to hit Control LN 3/4. Hit enter, and I get negative 0.29. This is around to the nearest thousandths. Click enter to see the whole thing. So negative 0.288. On the handheld, you're going to hit Control. Yeah, we do got our calculator back. You hit Control e to the x. I'm going to quickly change my settings. It's on fixed 2 instead of fixed 3. There we go. All right. How do you feel? All right, so that's our approximate. Pretend that's a very good O. The internet's being not our friend, so sorry. On step 6, all you're doing is plugging in and checking yourself. Again, you're going to use the exact to check yourself. So we have e to the natural log of 3/4 equals 3/4. What happens to e in natural log? Is that does 3/4 equals 3/4? Yeah. All right. On to the other side. All right. So over here, is there anything I need to add or subtract away? Nope. Anything to multiply or divide away? Nope. So step 3 is to apply properties number 2 and 5. So I'm going to take the natural log of e to the 2x, and what I do to one side, I have to do to the other. What happens to the e in natural log? Cancel. And we're left with 2x equals the natural log of 1.4. Then what do I do? Now I need to get the x by itself. So what is x? How do I get x by itself? Divide by 2. So we're left with X equals the natural log of 1.4 divided by 2. All right, there's more than one way of writing this. So you can write it like this, but it is also equal to saying 1/2 natural log 1.4, right? And we also can use property number 5 and write it as natural log of 1.4 to the half. All of these are equivalent answers. And we're going to plug in the calculator to find our approximated value. So we're going to go to the calculator. And I'm going to do 1/2. So 1/2 natural log of, I just forgot that quick. What was it? What was I typing? 1.4. Thank you. Hit enter and I get 168 thousandths. So the answer is approximately 1.6. What'd she say? I don't know what you're saying. We're gonna just. Yes, it says round to the nearest thousandths. All right, to check yourself, E for X, I'm gonna plug in this guy. So 1/2 natural log of 1.4, does it equal 1.4? Okay, what's 2 times 1/2? 1. So that becomes invisible. What happens to E to the natural log? It becomes invisible, and I'm left with 1.4 equals 1.4. So what does that tell me? You did it. Good job, you're a genius. Questions so far? All right, we're gonna do some with the added steps. All right, so here we have 2 to the E, 2 times E to the 3x plus 8 equals 14. So we're gonna apply step 1 first. So step 1, you're asking yourself, is there anything I can add or subtract away? And the answer is yes, 8, right? So I can subtract 8. And I'm left with 2e to the 3x equals 6. Step 2 is saying, is there anything you can multiply or divide away? Yes, so I'm going to divide both sides by 2. And I'm left with e to the 3x equals 3. A pen disappeared. Now I'm going to do ln. So we're going to take the natural log. My pen disappeared off the screen and I can't write. It's not supposed to. It won't let me write. Oh, you see that? Oh, guys, I'm so special. Yeah, I was writing in white. It was in white. It was in white. Oh man. Okay, we never saw that. Oh well, here we go. All right, so we apply properties number 4, I gave talk 2 and 5. So we're gonna take the natural log of both sides. So we have the natural log of e to the 3x equals the natural log of 3. Because what you do to one side, you have to do to the other. So that goes away. And we have 3x equals natural log of 3. Oh man, that tickled me. And now we got to get x by itself. What is x? Divide by, yes. It's not 1. It's just natural log of 3.
So you was wrong.
I just told you.
Yeah, I heard you.
Didn't you hear me say, I told you I made some mistakes in my notes? That's why I'm making a new video. Oh, well, what you said? Oh. All right. So remember, it can be written in more than one way. So these are our exact value possibilities. And we're going to put in the calculator to find the approximate. Does it matter which one of these ways you put it in the calculator? No, I still cannot believe I thought someone was wrong with my pen. I feel so sad. Oh man. That was just embarrassing. All right, and I get 366,000. How we feel? And if I didn't feel confident in my answer, what should I do? Check it. Plug it back, plug the exact back into the original. I know, okay, I'm going. All right. Where are we at?
4.
Yes. So step 1, is there anything I need to add or subtract away? No. Step 2, is there anything I need to multiply or divide? Yes, there's a 5. Oh, okay. E to the 2x plus 7 equals 24 divided by 5 is 4.8. How many times does 5 go to 24? 4 times with a remainder of 4. And 4 out of 5 is 8/10. That's how we know that. All right, step 3 is we're going to take the natural log of both sides, right? So natural log, I'm going to squeeze it in there, natural log. They cancel out, and we're left with 2x plus 7 equals natural log of 4.8. Step 4 is to get x by itself. What do we need to do to get x by itself? We're going to minus 7. Bam. Then what are we going to do? Divide. Divide by 2. So therefore, we know that x equals the natural log of 4.8 minus 7 divided by 2. We're going to put this in the calculator to get our approximate value. I'm going to go to the handy dandy calculadora. We're going to control divide. And we have natural log of 4.8, 4 8/10 minus 7 divided by 2. Hit enter. And we get negative 2.716. You're go outside. You're go outside. I don't know. Negative 2 point what?
I think it's 217. I don't know.
Shh. 716. You two, be quiet.
No.
All right. And then if I wasn't confident, I would plug back into the original and check yourself. All right. So these are the practice problems that I wanted you to do. So I'm going to give you roughly 4 minutes. Yeah. Mm-hmm. The word problems are super easy. We're doing. I just want to make sure you can do this.
exact. I'm not.
All right, so I wrote the approximations. 4 minutes. It should have.
But what if it does?
Then you're doing other things.
No, not you, baby. I've been doing this whole time.
Don't
I
talk to me.
feel so offended.
All right, so if you followed the steps, you should have came down to this. So the steps are pretty laid out for you. The first step tells you to subtract your 7. When you subtracted 7, you should have gotten 6, right? And then it tells you to divide by 8. So now you have e to the 3x equals e to the 3x equals 6 divided by 8. Then it says to take the natural log. So when you take the natural log, what does that do? It frees the 3x and you're left with natural log of 3/4. And then you should have divided by 3. And this is what you would have put in the calculator. Okay. On here, on the other side, it says divide by 7. So you divide it by 7. You can't simplify that anymore. So then you just leave it as that. Then you should have taken the natural log of e to the 2x plus 5 equals natural log of 16/7. Cancels out. Then you're left with 2x plus 5. So then you subtract 5. And then you should have divided by 2, like it said. So that is your exact. Put these in the calculator to get your approximates. Okay. All right, real world application really quick. The real world problems are typically your easiest problem on the test. The problem is that you guys are afraid of words and math. Okay. But they're usually the easiest problems if you just read it and like, oh, that's all it wants me to do. So it says here that sales of a lawnmowers T years after a particular model is introduced is given by the function y equals 5,500 times the natural log of 9t plus 4, where y is the number of mowers sold. How many mowers will be sold 3 years after a model is introduced? Round the answer to the nearest whole number. Okay. So it gave you the function. It gave you the value of what you're plugging in. So all you're doing is find y of 3 years, right? So after 3 years, you have, oh, that's weird. You have natural log of 9 times 3 plus 4. And all you're doing is plugging that in the calculator, right? If you want to simplify before plugging it in, sure. Do you have to simplify before plugging it in? No, you don't. But if you wanted to make this into 31, go for it. No one's going to stop you. So I'm going to put in 5,500 times the natural log of 31. So what's 9 times 3? What's 27 plus 4? So I'm going to 5,500 natural log 31, hit enter, and we get 18,886. Now, can you have 0.93 of a lawnmower? No. Yes. 18,800, what was it? 87 approximate lawnmowers. You can't have a fraction of a lawnmower. All right, terrible? No, it wasn't, because everything was given to you. You just had to read it. Now, again, you guys would look at this like, oh my gosh, this is so gigantic, so much work. But if you read it, it says a spacecraft can attain a stable orbit 300 kilometers above Earth if it reaches the velocity of 7.7 kilometers. Okay, this right here is just facts. It has nothing to do with the problem. It's just giving you facts. Okay, the formula for the rocket's maximum velocity in v in kilometers is v equals negative 98/10,000 t plus c times natural log of r. The booster rocket fires for T seconds and the velocity of the exhaust is C kilometers per second. The ratio of the mass of the rocket filled with fuel to blah, 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 blah. We get it, right? Rocket science. Suppose a booster rocket for a spacecraft has a mass ratio. So mass ratio of 15. Mass ratio is which variable? V, T, or C, or R? It's our R, right? Our mass ratio is, so we know R equals 15. And exhaust velocity is what?
V.
Exhaust velocity is C. C equals 2.1. And then the firing time is 30. Clearly that's our what?
V.
Our T. Time. Firing time. Okay. And then what do I do with these variables? Plug them in. So we have V equals negative 0.0098 times 30 plus 2.1 natural log of 15. And what do I do with that? Plug it in. So I'm going to go to the handy dandy calculator. It is sometimes. So we have negative 98. What is it after this?
30.
Times 30. Then what?
2.1.
Plus 2.1 natural log of 15, right? I hit enter and I got 5. I was like, I got 5.393. So this is 5.393. And what did it say the velocity needed to be? It needed to be 7.7. What did we get?
5.93.
So will the rocket reach 300 kilometers? No. That's because this needed to be 7.7 kilometers per second. So the answer is no. And that is it, my friends.
You could